What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, we have to talk about something potentially very important, and that is Kingdom Hearts getting a movie or television show adaptation? Now, spoilers towards the middle of this video, this is not the first time that we've heard this, although I think this is coming from a news source, so I want to read where it's coming from, I want to read what was said, and then we'll talk about it. But again, I think this might actually happen, and we'll go into more detail as this video goes. Comes from 13th Vessel, just popped up on my Twitter timeline, and very good that it did. According to Daniel RPK, there's a Kingdom Hearts adaptation in development at Disney. It's unclear whether it's a movie or a series, and then it goes into more kind of speculation. So we have heard this before. We heard this actually years ago, and I believe it was at the time referencing Disney Plus. Now, I don't know that 100%. I do know for sure on one of the multiple channels that I own and operate, we did talk about it. So when it originally happened, I remember making a video, and I think the rumor was for a series, like a television show, basically. And I want to say it had something to do with Disney Plus. And I also want to say that was like 2 to 3 years ago. Now, ultimately, like, you know, here we are in 2024, almost halfway through 2024, and nothing's happened yet. But I don't remember that being connected to this Daniel RPK, who we have talked about, and he gets a lot of stuff right. You know what I mean? There is stuff that's kind of like hanging in wait, you know, like maybe it's accurate, maybe it's not accurate, but this guy knows his stuff. He's very connected, and he's connected in the movie and television show kind of department of entertainment, right? This is not necessarily a gaming insider, although even in recent days, like I think yesterday or the day before, he talked about a Sonic Frontiers 2. I don't know if that's because maybe it relates to like the movie or Knuckles, and maybe he's in the know there, so then all of a sudden he knows about, you know, the game. But for this, well, it would make sense. You know, I mean, he wouldn't probably know anything about what Square Enix is doing with, say, Kingdom Hearts 4, but he would know if they're doing something with like a movie or television show. So I want to believe it. I want to believe it for several reasons, but again, it's not the first time that we've heard it. So it's not like it's just coming out of thin air, and it's the first time we've heard it, right? And also, I do think it would work. I kind of would need it to be a show. I really don't think, with the convolutedness and just how much there is to Kingdom Hearts, I don't think you could do it as like a 2-hour movie. I just can't imagine that working. If you did it as a TV show, you'd also have to be very careful. And jokingly, but also not jokingly, there is so much required reading. It's not literal reading, but there's so much required knowledge to Kingdom Hearts in very unnecessary situations or unnecessary places. And that really is not joking. Like, for as much as I love names like 358/2 and, you know, like Union Cross, like being a thing, I can respect it and I can appreciate it as a Kingdom Hearts fan, but I can tell you it's also borderline outrageous that key components of like even mainline entries, you need to have done something with these other games. You need to watch them on YouTube. You need to read them on the wiki. You need to be connected in order to have a single idea of what's going on in the main story of Kingdom Hearts. So what I'm getting at is, if you were to do a TV show, for the love of God, now I would prefer it to be a retelling. So actually, you know, that was to the Twitter user that we read, 13th Vessel, that was the next part of it, right? Like, would you like a retelling or would you like something original? There is something interesting about an original piece, but I just feel like there's so much. There's also the possibility that you mess it up. And we are talking about Disney, who classically messes up like maybe 75% of the things they touch. So I don't know, like, unless Tetsuya Nomura and some of the creatives of Kingdom Hearts HQ, unless they are knee-deep, not even knee-deep, actually they should be neck-deep, unless they're neck-deep into development with them, with Disney Plus, or with whoever, you know, gets it, which I don't know if they would be, because, like, they're kind of busy. I don't want it. I don't want some random, you know, executive going rogue and telling a brand new entry in Kingdom Hearts. I don't think that would work at all, especially for, like, a diehard Kingdom Hearts fan. So if you're going to do it, I would do just a retelling of, like, and here's what's going to happen. Here's what I would imagine happens. You would do the base games. I saw speculation for, like, well, hey, why don't you tell the story of Union Cross and Dark Road and stuff? It's like, would that be cool? Yes. Would that actually be helpful for many people? Actually, it very much will, because these are games or entries that probably have the least amount of player base, and they're also pretty important. So to be able to translate that in an easily digestible show would be actually very nice and very like user friendly. No way. No way in hell would they do it. In my opinion, I really think you would go kind of the marketable approach, which is you literally just do the main installments. You do Kingdom Hearts because you got all the Disney worlds, plus you got the base story, right? And just what happens in the first game. Kingdom Hearts 2, you can translate those games pretty easily. Now, if you want to really go crazy or rogue, you do like Chain of Memories, as like a season 2B kind of thing. Or maybe you do like a 358/2 or Dream Drop, or maybe you could do Birth by Sleep. I mean, I actually think that would work, but Sora, Donald, and Goofy, like that's a really big out, even like Mickey, right? And it's like if you do even say Birth by Sleep, which I think is one of the best games and one of the best stories, it lacks some of that market or like ability to push it out there, like appeal, mass appeal. It would lack that. So I really think you would just tell Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3 would be like season 1, 2, 3. That's what I would imagine they would do. So would I love to be proven wrong on that? Of course I would, but I would feel pretty confident in saying that. So we'll see what happens. I'll be keeping my eye on it just like I have, I guess, over the last couple of years. But if it is real and it does happen, of course we will cover it extensively on the channel. Let me know what you think. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on. I hope to see you all on the next one.